Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is March 27th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery as of yesterday morning. We're going to quickly play through what happened yesterday, see the initial thunderstorms across some of the Olympic Peninsula there. We had a lightning strike right by West Seattle, cloud to ground. And then we went through the afternoon hours, and some of that thunderstorm development came up across Northwest Oregon, but the majority of the lightning strikes were across Western Washington, even though you did have a few thunderstorms there across Northwest Oregon. And then you see this move up and across the area. It was impacting Tacoma, SeaTac, Seattle, a lot of the Olympic Peninsula, and this came roaring up across portions of near Everett, some of the foothill communities as well. Thousands of lightning strikes there yesterday, so that came as expected. What was not expected was that we did not get any severe weather reports, but that is not that unusual even when you get severe thunderstorm warnings. It takes things still to come in line to get some of those dramatic weather scenarios like tornadoes and big hail and whatnot. And if you remember the percentages on the tornado percentages, even on that with the 5% that we had out there, that's 5%. That means it's most likely not going to happen. The same thing with the hail, even though there was the 15% out there, things still have to come in line. And granted, in the weather community, there's many different players out there, and we had people putting out just wild, huge red square blocks with tornado watches in effect, and you had headlines of big hail expected and possible tornadoes and whatnot. So the messaging is bad. So you really have to be careful where you get the messaging. I saw them put out that 5% yesterday. If you watched yesterday's video, I did talk about it that I did not agree with that upgrade. There was a very conditional tornado threat. Even if things were to come everything together at the same time, it would have been along a boundary that was very isolated and only in a very given area. So 99% of people out there, we're not going to see, any kind of tornado activity here. And even with the hail, I was trying to show that yesterday with some of those streaks moving across the area, and virtually the vast majority of people, even if things were to come together, we're not going to see that big hail. That's what I was trying to kind of point out there yesterday. But again, it's very difficult in this industry here because you have so many players, and then you get news agencies, there are a lot of those people are not meteorologists or anything like that, and then they're throwing together kind of some of these clickbait headlines, if you would. So it just comes with the territory here. But yeah, I've been storm chasing for a long time out in the plains too, and there's been big days out there where you absolutely don't even get storms to form and things like that. So this is not that unusual with these severe weather setups, although this is a very unique situation, a very deep low in March, bringing record heat up across some of the area. And yeah, and if things would have come together, it would have been a little bit of a different scenario here, but we did not get any big hail or tornado severe reports yesterday, although the lightning was a pretty dramatic event in and of itself. So if you want to help support the channel here, I've done a Patreon page, and I will be posting all of my updates that I usually post on X or Blue Sky. I will be posting these here first, and then maybe I'll be putting those to X. But yeah, if you want to help support the channel, click on that link down below and check out my new Patreon page. So look at the lightning strikes across the region. And again, we had thousands of strikes, so that kind of came to fruition for a lot of areas. But of course, then there's certain areas like the I-5 corridor in Olympia where you're like, hey, where was my lightning? And yeah, I feel you. I didn't want to miss out as well. And I had a pretty good show at my house, and I witnessed firsthand what was going on at SeaTac last night. So it was pretty still impactful there for some of the region. And you can see some homes were struck by lightning and were damaged. And this is just the ones we know about. So no doubt there was at least as many, and probably 2-3 times more, that were actually hit and damaged that we just did not even hear about. And the Tempest Weather Station was doing well last night. Also, if you want one of these stations, highly recommended. Click on that link down below to save 10% off. And it'll send you notifications here to your smartphone when lightning starts showing up. You can see it shows the exact time and the distance from your station. Very fun stuff there. And this is what that station looks like. You plug it in and you'll have this up and running. Literally, you flip the switch and it starts reading and it put in your location and whatnot. A very fun weather station. Highly recommend. So taking a look at where we are now, you can see not too bad out there. Not bad if you want to go take a walk this morning or whatnot, or during your lunch break or whatever. But definitely not the lofty temperatures that we had the last couple of days. Again, Portland hitting 82 degrees, the all-time record high for the month of March. Very warm day out there. Very unusual, kind of unprecedented extended system during the month of March especially. Now, taking a look at daily 2-meter max temperatures for today, check it out, not too bad, 60 degrees out there, in some areas a bit warmer east and down towards the Treasure Valley there for Idaho. We go through tomorrow, cooling down a bit. Saturday, Sunday might be one of those sneaky decent days for some of the Pacific Northwest as well. See some low 60s showing up for Western Washington. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not really getting back towards those temperatures, but there's always the hope, and we'll continue to watch for some of those sneaky nice days that can come upon us as we go through spring. Now, when you see these hydrologic outlooks, we had some warm weather, of course, when we started to melt some of that snowpack, and of course you get the rainfall and some thunderstorm activity, and you can rise some of those streams and creeks. They are a bit swollen out there, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. We do have these hydrologic outlooks out there right now. Showers and thunderstorms the next couple of days will be present still around the Pacific Northwest, but nothing like what we got yesterday. We're not expecting the thousands of lightning strikes to be moving up and across the region. And this is for today. You can see Spokane National Weather Service doing great work as always. And this does include Seattle, Portland, and Eugene, but this is definitely more of the 1 and 2 done strike variety here west of the Cascades. However, east of the Cascades, these may be a little bit more prolific and could have some gusty winds with them as well, and definitely will be producing more lightning more likely this afternoon. I'll show you some of that here in a moment. But if we take a look at where we are now, take a look at this trough off the coastline. I'm going to put this into motion, and you can see it's going to be with us here over the next couple of days, spinning showers. And this one on Sunday there's that little ridge coming through. So that's why I think Sunday might be kind of a sneaky nice day before that next trough really gets established and gets in here for the Pacific Northwest. And then who knows, after that one clears out, maybe we'll start to build a ridge for a few days as we go through early March, or maybe we'll just keep the troughing going here in this kind of La Nina spring pattern. More on that here in the extended forecast towards the end of the video. Composite reflectivity, just want to kind of drive home that point. These could be some decent lightning producers there for eastern Washington as we go through the afternoon. You can see this frontal system here moving through as we go through this afternoon and evening. Could have a few lightning strikes associated with that. So eyes on the sky, heads up for that as we go through this evening and through tonight. And then as we go through Friday, you can kind of see the showers still out and about as we go through the day tomorrow. So yes, we do still have some thunderstorm threat here, but definitely not as much coverage as what we saw yesterday. And if we look at the high resolution rapid refresh, you'll see some of that lightning potential, especially east of the mountains there and across maybe western Oregon today. Again, 1 and 2 and done west of the Cascades. And then we go through the day on Friday. And again, that thunderstorm threat will kind of be around hit and miss nature. So also taking a look here, southwest Oregon, pretty breezy here today on the coastal areas. And you can see that coming across some of the southern Cascades of Oregon, the higher terrain, eastern Oregon as well. And then you get some of these gusty winds, maybe some of that associated with the thunderstorm activity. And as we go through tonight and through Friday, it's going to get a bit breezy for the Washington coast. Not a major windstorm, but it will get blustery across some of the northwest interior as well. And then you can see the trough and the cyclonic rotation right off our coastline. They're keeping us active on in through the day Friday. And eventually that system will try to kick through here on Saturday, and maybe we'll get a nice day on Sunday for some areas. Definitely not as warm as we have been, though. And if we look at the extended forecast now, artificial intelligence, 500 millibars here, put that into motion. There's our troughing for a while, maybe a sneaky nice day in there somewhere. Troughing continues, then that trough moves through. And look at that ridge try to build here as we go through early April. So maybe we'll get a couple nice days out of that. But that ridge is fairly progressive here as this next trough really wants to barge in here and bring us back into an active weather pattern as we go through the first week of April. So yeah, we'll just continue to watch that. Always the hunt for some nice days as we go through the springtime period here on in through early April, and maybe some severe weather out across the plains as those troughs move through. So if we take a look here, again, you can see the onshore flow, precipitation. We'll check out the mountain snows a bit more tomorrow, but hopefully we can continue to build up the mountain snowpack. We're still a little bit below average here across the majority of the Pacific Northwest. And then, yeah, we'll be on the hunt for some nice days and some active weather as we go through early April. If you check this out on avalanche.org, snowshoers, hikers, snowmobilers, whatever you're doing out there in the backcountry, click before you go. Still some moderate and some considerable avalanche danger. And they do all kinds of great stuff here. There's forecast discussions and whatnot. They show you pictures of the slabs of snow out there. They got snow levels and all kinds of good stuff. So highly recommended you check that out. 6 to 10 day below normal, above normal. That should not be any surprise after what we just looked at. There's 8 to 14 day as well. And look at this, the lower 48. A lot of it above normal as we go through the first week or so, or the first portion of the month of April. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the video out there. What else? Do I have my, no, I had my subscriber count, but we're getting close to 100,000. I plan on putting it right behind me here on on my shelf back there. And again, that will be because of you guys. This channel is not possible without you. Thanks to all my supporting members. And again, check out the Patreon page if you would, if you want to contribute. It's a pretty good way to do so. So anyway, and I'll be doing my updates there. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.